Welcome back to the shipyard. Today we are taking a look at Kruge's Bird of Prey from the Search for Spock OP kit. It's an interesting pack, and it's one that has me kind of sitting here and going, is it good? Is it bad? I don't truly know as I'm recording, so we're going to find that out and talk about it together. So first up, Kruge's Bird of Prey, the ship herself. 4133, 2 weapon, 2 crew, 22 points. It's okay from that standpoint, standard Burrell, but the named ability is interesting. Action. Once this round, if you inflict a critical damage on an enemy ship's hull, you may search the damage deck for a direct hit damage card and place it beside the enemy ship's card. Shuffle the damage deck when you're done. Okay, cool. Direct hit, awesome, can kill your opponent, or if nothing else, does extra damage. That's probably one of the 2 or 3 crits that you want to deal to them anyways. So now you're guaranteeing that that happens. The problem here, it's an action. And you have no means of guaranteeing that you get a crit. And the means that you do have, Drex and Garen, stuff like that, are also actions. So now you need Martok 8 on a friendly ship, put Drex on this. It can happen, but it's more points. You need those actions. You're not bumping. It takes a lot to make sure that you're happening. I would love this ability and think that it was really, really cool if it wasn't an action. Passive ability here would have been perfect. Then Drex is a great combo. It ties in with things like the Chitang. If cloaked, reroll your dice. It's a static ability. It just happens. If something happens, you react. As it is, it's middling. I do like the slots here. Why they don't have tech, I'll never quite know. But that's what it is. Alright, Captain Kruge. Skill 7, with a talent, 4 points. He adds a crew slot, which is awesome. And then when attacking with your primary weapon, during the deal damage step, you may discard one of your crew upgrades to inflict 1 additional damage to the defending ship. Now that implies that you have to be dealing damage, so if they cancel all of your hits, you don't get to do anything. But extra damage, always a good thing. Klingons have some cheap crew to toss out. I can see this being a thing. Kruge will work very, very well with Meg charges. Put this on the assimilated Klingon ship. It works. And now you're not even violating faction. You want to go cross-faction? Kruge on a scout cube? Oh, yeah. That could be a thing. Alright. Our elite talent, Retaliatory Strike. If your ship was just damaged, and the attacking ship is in your forward firing arc, and within range 2 to 3 of your ship, you may discard this card to immediately perform an attack against the attacking ship with one of your photon torpedo upgrades. You must discard your photon torpedoes when your attack is complete. This attack is in addition to your normal attack for the round. I love the clarification here. I'm glad that it's there. I want to take this and put it on Chang's Bird of Prey. That actually gives me a reason to run a couple of photon torpedoes. Is it high-level competitive good? Absolutely not. Is it mission fun? Oh yeah. Is it casual game fun? You bet. Is it mess around scenario, you got no chance of winning but you want to try something out? Yeah, this is a cool card. And if you're running high yield photon torpedoes as your resource and you want to mess around with it, even better. Alright, now 3 crew. Yes, 3. So first up we have Valkyris. 5 points. Action. Target a ship at range 1 to 3, discard this card, and disable 1 upgrade on the target ship, and that upgrade is limited to crew, tech, or weapon. Then, you may immediately use the action listed on the upgrade you disabled with this action, as if it were assigned to your ship. I don't quite know where this is going to fit in. It's an action, discard, it disables your opponent, but it gives you a bonus action. So for instance, you can disable Sulu, now you've got some extra defense. And that's cool. You can disable 7 of 9, the Voyager version, and now you can hack tech. There's some things that could work. Valkyris is we'll see. I kind of like it in terms of disabling a weapon, but then there's cheaper things that disable or even discard weapons, 2nd of 5, stuff like that. As for tech, there just aren't a lot of action tech, as we've been through with like the Nistrum Culla booster that has a thing where you can do action, take tech. So it's just not super there. The crew part of this is the best side, but now you're dependent upon your opponent, and I think Valkyris is far too situational to actually be good. Torg is a 6-point crew. I believe the first 6-point crew that we've ever seen. Action. If your ship is not cloaked, disable all of your remaining shields, and target a ship at range 1 to 2 that is not cloaked, has no active shields. Discard this card, and disable all upgrades on the target ship. The target ship rolls -1 attack die and -1 defense die, while any of its upgrades remain disabled. Once there are no disable upgrades on the target ship, remove Torg's continuous effect token from beside the target ship. Okay, combo him with projected stasis field. And again, I repeat, combo him with projected stasis field. Because if you bring Torg and you don't bring projected stasis field on a different ship, you're doing it wrong. Or even on the same ship and you have Martok 8 on a different ship. But if you don't have some way of doing PSF and Torg in the same round, it's not going to work. Because if you wait until you've already taken their shields down, it's not enough of an effect. You need some way of making this get on them from the get-go. And then you hurt them, and you go on hurting them. Yes, you become a little bit like Khan. I like the creative use of the continuous effect token. However, -1/-1 may not quite be enough to justify 6 points. It's still an action discard. Yes, his effect persists, but if they're running re-enabler stuff, they can fix this in 1 or 2 rounds. Tim Waters is now much more valuable. He re-enables all your crew. Also, if you're not running any upgrades at all, Torg is useless against you. So, I don't know. I like the notion. I think it's got potential. But again, it's dependent on what your opponent brings. Alright, our last crew and last card in this pack. Maltz, 5-point card. Action. If your ship is not cloaked, discard this card to target a friendly ship within range 1 to 2 of your ship. Take up to 3 crew upgrades from that ship and deploy them onto your ship, even if it exceeds your ship's restrictions. Or take up to 3 crew upgrades from your ship and deploy them to the target ship, even if it exceeds that ship's restrictions. Welcome back, Dreadnoughts. Seriously, this is WizKids saying 50-point limit? What 50-point limit? We don't care about any 50-point limit. And I'm sitting here and all day I've been scratching my head and going, why would you build this? Yes, I get that people are circumventing the 50-point rule with shuttles, but at least that takes a ship out of play. This says, build whatever other ship you want. And now, all you gotta do is turn 1, spend your action, lose 1 card, and move everybody over. That's it. That's all you do. And now, you've got all the crew you need. Furthermore, you can do this with a shuttle and malts. And now you've got a super duper dreadnought. I give up. And I can't forget our resource. Emergency power. 5 points. You get 5 mission tokens. During the execute maneuver step, after a ship in your fleet performs a green or white maneuver, that ship may immediately perform an additional maneuver from its maneuver dial with a speed of 1 or 2. Treat this maneuver as red. So you're losing your action, period. You can only use this once per round. Each time you do this, remove a mission token from the card, and when the card has no mission tokens, the card's gone. So, look, extra moves are cool. Not costing an action, well, spending an action is cool, but I'm going to take Admiral Forrest because that's just better, and it gives me a 1 and it doesn't have to be on my dial. Yeah. I'm not sold on this. Look, I think the notion's cool, but if I'm spending my resource and I only get 5 uses of this for the whole game, I don't want it costing me my action. Just no. Overall, I'm left scratching my head. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's a step in the right direction, but the rules have to change. And maybe they're changing, but as they are right now, I'm left confused. So, that's it for me. Until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.